up, sexy beast, crazy rabbit here, and today I'm going to be explaining you guys the valve step in the GOROD KROVI Easter egg, so let's go ahead and get this shit started. So if you don't really know anything about this step, you might be like, oh my god, this step is so confusing, because that's how I was. But really, once you understand what you're doing, it's very, very simple. So in order to do this step, the first thing you're going to do is actually head to Pack-a-Punch and go to the bottom floor, and you'll see this generator. All you have to do is kill a Valkyrie drone somewhere in this area. Doesn't really have to be right next to it, just in this general area. And once you do that, the generator will turn on, and you can see like the air coming out of it, and the flap will be going up and down. And you'll also be able to hold square on it. And once you hold square on it, that actually activates the step, and you do have a limited amount of time, but don't worry, it's actually like a pretty long time. Now, once you hold square on it and activate the step, there's going to be 6 valves around the map. 1 in the tank station, 1 in the armory, 1 in the department store, 1 in the dragon command, which is power, 1 in the barracks, which is underneath the infirmary, and 1 in the supply depot. And here are all their locations right now. And all you have to do is go to each one and find the one that has the green light. So mine was the supply depot, and all you have to do is find that one because that one's going to be number 1. And then you want to go to each and every other one and find out which one has like the little cylinder right here, because that's going to be the last one. So what we're going to be doing is throwing air from the first valve to each and every other one, and the last valve in that order is going to be the one with the cylinder. So mine started off in the supply depot, so I need to start in the supply depot and throw air to every other valve, and the last one in that line is going to be the one in the barracks because that was the one that actually had the cylinder for me. So now you might be wondering, well, how do I do that? So when you come up to a valve, you're going to notice a couple things. One, a light. It's either going to be green, blue, or white. Green means it's the first one, so my first one was the supply depot. Blue means there's air coming into the valve, and white means there's no air coming into the valve. So basically, blue means it's on, white means it's off. And you're also going to notice like this little clock with numbers 1, 2, and 3. What this means is where this valve is throwing air to. So let's start off with the supply depot. So my supply depot was on 3, which actually means it was throwing air to the tank factory, but I didn't want it to go to the tank factory, so I changed it to 1, which actually is the dragon command. And you might be wondering, well, how do I know which order to really go in? How do I know which one to send it to? Start off with the green one and go to the next one that's white. It doesn't matter which one, as long as the next one in that chain is going to be white, because that kind of helps you get off to sending them to the right location. So my supply depot was originally on 3, which was the tank factory, but my tank factory was already blue, so I didn't want to send it there because some other valve was already sending it air. So I sent it to a white one, which was power. So I changed it from 3 to 1 because 1 is actually dragon command, aka power. So now supply depot is sending air to power. And then after that, you just gotta keep sending them to different valves and eventually end up with the cylinder. So my power was on 2, which was the department store, and I was like, okay, I can send it there. So I sent it to the department store, and now the department store should be blue. And if it was already blue, don't worry about it because we're getting ready to change it. Now my department store was 2, which was the barracks, but that one actually has the cylinder, and I didn't want to send it there because the barracks has to be last. So I changed it to 1, which was the armory, and it went to the armory. Now my armory was on 1, which was the supply depot, and I didn't want it to go there because that was actually the first one in the line, and you can't have it go back to the first one. So I sent it to the only other option, which was the tank factory. So I changed it to 2. And then once I got to the tank factory, all I had to do was send it to the last one, which was the barracks, so I changed the tank factory to 1, and then there you go, you have a chain. You have it starting in the supply depot, going to power, going to the department store, going to the armory, going to the tank factory, and then going to the barracks. And that's all you have to do, start a chain, starting with the green one, and end up with the cylinder. And you have to make sure it actually hits every other pipe before the cylinder. So hopefully this video helps, and hopefully I explained it pretty easily, so if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.